Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Head, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion. Your host, welcome back to the Baseball Head 3, and hopefully you like this video and hit that subscribe button. In this video, we're going to talk about Christopher Mad Dog Russo, because he's such a fun person to make fun of, to talk about and discuss. And this is one of these situations where I actually agree with him. This is the NBA Cup, which sounds stupid. There's only one cup in the championships of the major sports. That's the Stanley Cup. The NBA Cup sounds dumb. But Russo was destroying the Knicks, which I don't understand why he blasting the Knicks. That's not one thing, because if the NBA is doing this thing, we have to win this cup and this mid-season cup, that's up to them. But headline from Awful Announcing, Chris Russo blasts Knicks celebrating win in stupid NBA Cup. Quote, "We're going to celebrate this with hats and banners, a challenge cup." Yeah, it's pretty dumb. The New York Knicks won their first trophy since 1973. It's a long time, folks. On Tuesday nights, they lifted the NBA Cup, defeating the San Antonio Spurs by a score of 124-113 in Las Vegas. While the players certainly seemed happy about the accomplishments and sharing in the prize money, Christopher Russo was not impressed. I'm not impressed. At 66 years old, Russo has always been one to speak out for the stars of yesteryear and the perspective of the old-timers. So if there was anyone in the sports world that would be against the idea of the NBA Cup, just for his genetic wiring, it would be the Mad Dog. After all, it's not a trophy that Bob Cousy and George Milken played for. Nope. No, it's not. And true to form, his weekly appearance on First Take brought with it an incredible rant against the tournament and the Knicks for celebrating a victory on Wednesday. Well, what are you going to do? You won something and make a big deal out of it. Let's be honest. Somewhere, Walt Frazier, when Willis Reed and Red Holzman are saying, really? Well, first of all, there's two problems with that. Willis Reed is not with us anymore. Red Holzman's not with us anymore. Red Holzman is the former and late and legendary coach of the New York Knicks. He's no longer with us. Willis Reed is the late and legendary center for the New York Knicks, and he's not with us either. Well, Walt Clyde Frazier is a different story. Trippin' and bippin', Walt Clyde Frazier. He's still alive. He still calls the games for the Knicks. He's just great. We're going to celebrate this stupid thing, this inauthentic creation to jazz up the regular season, which means absolutely nothing in the big picture. Hey, it's supposed to be fun, dude. I agree with him, but it is supposed to have some fun here. We're going to celebrate this with hats and banners, a challenge cup. This is like the World Baseball Classic, which I've always killed, by the way. I did with Ohtani and Trout, so I'm consistent. I'm consistent too. I hate the World Baseball Classic. The World Baseball Classic destroyed the Mets' 2023 season. This is stupid. This is authentic. This is not authentic. You're not going to convince a Knicks fan. I'm surprised that Steve, who goes back to 69-70, who goes back to Carl Braun, for crying out loud. Who's Carl Braun? It's really going back. Who goes back to Sweetwater Clifton, and you're going to sit there and tell me this is something significant? A fabricated event, question mark. When Mbiyama played 20 minutes, are we going to do this now? You must be kidding. Well, no, they're not, Chris. Russo almost lost his voice at the end of the tirade, going through more ancient Knicks history before then turning his eye to Stephen A. Smith for celebrating the Knicks' victory over the Spurs in the NBA Cup final. Yeah, Stephen A. Smith, the thing about Stephen A. is he sounds smarter than he actually does. For the record, ESPN's Shams Charania reported the Knicks won't be raising a banner to the rafters of Madison Square Garden for winning the NBA Cup. Well, good. That's in spite of the Lakers and Bucks doing so for being the first two teams to win the tournament. Good. And part of it is because this is a very serious New York Knicks team. New York Knicks have a very good chance to win the championships this year, and I am not joking. They're really good. They came awfully close last year to get to the finals, and there's no fooling around now. Okay, so I don't think that they want to. It won't look good. It sets the priorities very strangely from a Knicks organization standpoint to put that up. It shouldn't be lost on anybody that the most prominent, loudest voices sharing their disdain for the NBA Cup are also some of the oldest, and Chris Russo, Charles Barkley. Although Barkley didn't cite basketball stars for the Nixon administration, he still called the tournament embarrassing. Charles Barkley never won. So, he always wanted to win a championship, and he was always being thwarted by Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan he had one chance against the Bulls, and he got crushed. So this is a guy that wanted to win. He was a winning player, Barkley, but his teams never won. The Suns never won. The Sixers never won, and so this thing with the cup is stupid to a guy like him. They may not like it, but the NBA Cup is here to stay. The players care. Fans are getting more invested. If you remove the hyperbole, everyone else is realistic about what it means. The NBA Cup in no way compares to winning the NBA Finals, but it is a trophy and it's worth celebrating. And really, what's the harm in that? Well, here's the thing. The ratings for Netflix, like this was on Netflix, just absolutely crazy. So people cared enough to watch. I didn't care for it. I don't care. The Knicks get into the NBA Finals, I'm going to watch it. I was watching them last year. And they just sort of ran out of gas against Indiana. Indiana was just throwing threes all over the place. It's hard to go up against that kind of firepower. But this Knicks team is a serious championship team. And I'm not joking when I say that. If you're watching and you don't know what's going on in the NBA, the Knicks are a serious team to win it all. And they get to the finals, they got a shot. But they got to get past these good teams in the East. They're awfully close to being the best team in the East. They have a shot, a real legitimate shot to win the whole thing. Knicks haven't been this good in such a long time, not in 30 years, not since 1994. And they were one missed shot by John Starks from winning it all in 1994, and cementing Patrick Ewing as one of the great players of all time, and a winning player. There's another guy that lost half a dozen times to Michael Jordan's teams, half a dozen times. And and I feel bad for him because he should have taken that last shot and he didn't get that shot. And John Starks, who was a good player, that came from out of nowhere as a player, took that shot and he missed it. And he always got all the big shots. So I don't blame the Knicks for not putting this banner up because you want to win this whole thing, and that tells you they're serious. But you let me know what you think about this video. What do you think about Chris saying this? I agree with Chris, by the way. Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? Did you watch it? Did you like it? Was it fun? I will say this. I've seen some of the Knicks uniforms, the black ones. Ugh. But anyway, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you later.